Things I would like to remember about relationships specifically. Mostly romantic relationships because, with these last couple weeks, that's really what I've been like focused on. But I would say friendship, my relation to myself, work, community, society, all of that as well. Um, but essentially, and it's not a long list because I feel like there's a common thread throughout kind of most of the types of relationships I've gotten into, of lessons I need to learn or remember. I'm sorry, lessons that I have learned that I need to remember. One of the first ones being not getting into them for the wrong reasons, right? Because I mentioned in the past, my struggles with like dealing with loneliness and like the fear of ending up alone and stuff. I'm really glad that I don't have that problem anymore. I'm literally on my own, fully emancipated from my family, and I would say I have one strong, genuine friendship that like is by choice that I, nurture and continue. Um, that I, prefer it to be that way. I keep a very closed, tight, um, we'll say arm's length space away from my coworkers at work because I've literally, gotten like overly invested in the office politics of it all, and I literally hate that so much. I just cannot with office politics, and like I feel like I'm one of the younger ones at my, in my office too. So I think a lot of my coworkers like the drama and just come to work to, I don't want to say talk shit, but like just they be focused on the wrong things. So as far as familial, like I said, I'm emancipated from my family because they just like I feel like they never really wanted to know who Demetrius was and understand who and how I am. Um, and it's really just like my proximity to my family and like being in certain like spaces with them, that those are memories that I miss at times, but like I didn't really ever feel like I got to be myself and that it was ever accepted and supported. Same thing with my relationship to my mother and my sister too. And like just society and like community within that at large, like coming from this trip that I just went on to visit. I visited a friend in Reno, Nevada, and then on my way back spent some time in San Diego, California. I had an 8 hours layover there, where I spent time at the beach. Got some vegan food, some Mexican vegan food too. It was really good actually. And in Reno specifically, saw a lot of Polynesian people, and it essentially just like every time I travel, and then like I said, going to see a friend specifically, it reminds me that I'm really not the only person in the world. Like there's so many people in the world, and we are sharing this space, this planet together. And I think going back to the loneliness thing, there are times when we may feel like, oh, like I really wish that I had more friends, or I had a romantic partner, like my family was better, or all these things. But then you go out into the world and you're like, oh girl, there are too many people on this planet. Like like it's never like when I was in Reno and we went for a hike. I spent some time on a mountain. There was so many people, and it's like, oh my god, can a boy get like some privacy? Like I'm just trying to like be one with nature and be zen, and like, and there's constantly people passing, back and forth. Like, damn, never go on a hike on a mountain on a Saturday, girl. Shit, like, learn that lesson. But anyways, there are just lots of people in the world. Seeing a lot of Polynesian people, in Reno, and then I had a stop in Seattle as well, where I felt like I saw a lot of Asian people there. It's just like, sometimes I have like issues with my identities and like my race, ethnicity, because I'm a mixed Black Latin person, and sometimes people can see that on me, sometimes they can't. And obviously, like, then I deal with projection all the time and people's like opinions. And on top of that, I'm also pretty androgynous. Like, sometimes people refer to me as she, her. And sometimes, obviously he, him. and then I'm queer on top of that. I have no problem like going out cross dressed, like very femme, in a dress, in some heels. Love that for me. So there's just lots of like, boxes that I could be put into, but then the limits of that box are like very much expanded because it's like, well, we ain't never seen one like that one. Like we ain't never encountered this before. Um, so just relationships, connection, they're so nuanced and just like there's so much diversity in the world, so much variety. Like people really should travel, and even to like in affordable ways. It doesn't always have to be an extravagant trip. My trips tend to be very affordable, and I tend to do free things when I'm there, just to see like how big the world is. Like there's so many people, and so one of the other things to not forget is that love. We will always meet someone else. Like I know I have to be careful with like some of the statements that I make because I am conventionally attractive. So I may not have, the experience that other people have, but like I see people that, seem, and I would say other people would call or deem unconventionally attractive. Not that I feel that way, but that other people probably would with other people, like in relationships, in friendship, like all the time. Like it's just you will literally find your people. It just literally takes time, and who knows if like your hyper fixation on finding them is what's also keeping you from discovering your people, your community. But I'm a firm believer in just like putting yourself in the spaces you would like to be with your people so that you can meet them there. Like I spend a lot of time at a cafe. I not a lot of time, but definitely visit a library every now and then because I like to read. And so, like, I don't expect to meet my person, at the liquor store because I don't like to drink like that. Or I don't know, at a arcade because I don't really go to arcades. Like I spend time in nature a lot at parks, at the lake. So I just continue going there and like knowing that my people will be there, because why would I want to meet someone somewhere that we don't have any overlap. Like, oh, I just came here for my friend and I met this person, now I'm dating. It's like, yes, that's great and I'm sure it could work out, but I'm not having hope for those experiences. I'm more like, where are the places I would like to spend time with my people, friend, family, romantic relationship, and I frequent those, because it makes sense to me that we'll meet there then. So just knowing that, there'll always be somebody else. Like there's so many fish in the sea. Has been confirmed with these last, few weeks and the stories that I've told. Like I will meet someone else. I don't want to ever forget that. So not getting into a relationship for the wrong reasons, knowing that which is like fear of, loneliness or struggles with loneliness and then fears of ending up alone. I will literally meet someone else when the time is right. As far as hookup culture, definitely need to practice safe sex. That's very important. As far as friendship, it's okay to be picky and to be selective with who I give my time to. It's not necessarily that I didn't know that before, but I definitely used to beat myself up about not having more friends. Because I always had like one or two strong friendships at a time. Never like a friend group that like, we hang out together. It was always just like, no, me and my one person. But I like that, and it, has a place, and it just is as valuable as like a group of friends, because then I can really connect to that person, and they really, we get to see each other. And right now, that's, all I have capacity for. So remembering that that's also okay. Um, Remembering and normalizing that it's okay for me to miss my family, even though, I have no desire to be in community with them right now and to have relationships with them. I do miss them all the time, and I miss the uh, potential that we had to be such a great family because we, sort of are. It's just we don't know how to make space for each other to shine and accept it and support it and like again, share that space. And I don't have the desire nor the time to sit and like put up with that. Like if it can't be what I want it to be, same thing with friendship, I don't want it. And I guess that's what all of them. And that is literally okay. Like I get to be picky and um, define how I want relationships to work in my life. Um, as far as work, continuing to stay to myself, keep my head down because there's lots of trouble there. I do not like the office politics of it all, so I mind my business. And as far as like, society and like just the world at large, like just constantly being humble about sharing this world with everyone. Like it's not just the Demetria show. Like I definitely encompass my world and I'm at the center of it and I'm the most important person in my world. But at the same time, like every time I travel, it just reminds me, like, and humbles me. And not that I need the reminder, just like, because every time I go outside the house, I'm reminded that people exist outside of me. But to see it in such a different light, in a different city, in a different state, um, very soon enough in a different country, it's like we're all so similar, but also vastly different, even just like from outside appearance. And I just love that so much. I love that reminder outside of my city rather than within it. But very much on the train, I'm always aware that, like, I am just one small fish in this ocean, and I very much love getting to share it with everyone. It's just the scope, the reach that I have, as well as everyone's, is very limited. We can only handle, I think, up to like 150 people. Knowing that many people, um, and honestly, mine will be very much smaller. Like I don't like knowing that many people. It's just too much. It's too much to keep track of. It's too much energy to work with. And I can't, give myself to everybody. So literally doing this much on the internet is already enough. Like y'all can see me here. Like you can, if you want to spend more time with Demetrius, there's a plethora of videos. Like you don't need to call me. Don't text me, please. I don't want to hang out because then I'm just spending money that I shouldn't be. So, yeah, very much one friend is good enough. I know that I'll meet the love of my life, my future partner in my 30s. So I got lots of time on that. I love the relationship that I have with myself. Definitely will never forget how to continue nurturing my mind, body, and my soul. And I, have a contract, we'll say, that I'm working on at work specifically. So I just got to keep my head down, stay focused, trying to get a few credentials so I can be my own supervisor, work for myself, and have a license, LCSW. Um, and I just can't wait to keep traveling in the world and seeing, just people. Like I'm such a people watcher. Definitely don't judge. I keep my thoughts to myself. Thank you very much. But I love to people watch and just share this world with everyone. And those are the things that I want to remember. I do actually have a quick poem that I wrote that I wasn't sure I was gonna share, but like honestly, fuck it, why not? So it's things to remember. These are more about myself, not necessarily about relationships, which is why I wasn't gonna share it, but I feel it's necessary. So things to remember. I'm about to move, and I get to reflect on it because my Virgo brain is analytical. I love good reflection. How I dress, Latin. Thank you very much, because I had an ex tell me that I dress like a white boy, and I was like, I feel like I dress Latin, and you're mad. Thank you very much. Like I'm literally from the south side of Chicago. Where did I get a white influence? Please. I'm still in my 20s. XXIX. That's 29. Got like 7 more months of my 20s. I love it. I'm staying like so present with it. I am wise. That is something that I tell myself every single day because I know that I am. I'm a very intelligent being, and people remind me of that too. I'm queer because that is like the best, most full encompassing word, which within queer, that's like, sexuality and gender. So, you know, very much identify as a man, but the way that I express that in my relationship to my masculinity is very fluid. So queer is just like the best word. I'm a vibe for a polite amount of time. Going back to the being selective and like, arm's length away. Beautiful, of course, youthful at every age. A 10, 10 out of 10. A nigga 2, about to conquer the world.